This week, I wanted to show you how we created this stunning gold and white geode art piece, but first, enjoy the intro. Hi, I'm Deidre Williams, owner of the DMW Collection, where we talk all things resin art and candle making. So I've already laid my glass and mixed my colors. The first color I'm going to go in with is going to be this gold. I really like to put my gold against the glass. I think it just has a really nice contrast. And so I'm going to go around both glass pieces with this gold. And then I'm going to come in with my torch to heat the resin up a little bit. This is going to pop the bubbles. This is also going to encourage movement in the resin. So that's why I'm going to use a torch throughout this entire tutorial. The next thing I'm going to do is go in with my popsicle stick, and this is also just to encourage the movement of the resin. I am going to go ahead and with my white. So this piece is going to be all gold and white. Those are the only two colors that I'm going to use. And I'm just laying that pretty close to my gold. I now realize that my board is not very level, which is why the white is literally flooding the gold. But I think it turned out pretty fine, so we're just going to roll with it. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with the white that I did with the gold and just use my popsicle stick to encourage the movement. This time around, I tried to get the white out of the gold a little bit. I tried my best. It didn't really work. But for the next little bit, I am just going to be pushing the resin around with my popsicle stick. Now I have the gold and white exactly where I want it to be. I'm going to go in again with another strip of gold. As you can tell, I am pouring very thin lines of gold because I don't want these colors to really mesh together. So I am going in with thin lines of gold, and I will use my popsicle stick as well as the torch again to encourage the movement. Now I'm going to go in with my white and fill in the rest of the board. So the next thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and use my popsicle stick again to move the white mica powder around on the board. So I use the torch a lot and I use my popsicle stick a lot to encourage the movement on this board. I do not want to flood the board with a lot of resin, which is why I'm doing this. And you can always come back. So I want the colors to be in a certain space. And then once I get the colors where I want them to be, I will come back and use the rest of my resin to fill out the board. So now that I've allowed the resin to cure for one day, I'm going to go in with my detail work. So as you can see, I've already done my detail work around the glass. I've added some gold around the glass chips, and now I'm just going in with a syringe and laying out my glitter. I find a syringe to work easiest for me. It helps me to control my glitter pores on how thick or thin I might want them to be, and also it helps me to make sure that they are actually, my glitter lines are going in the places that I want them to go. So I really didn't know how I wanted to lay my glitter lines. I knew for the most part I wanted to outline the glass part, so I did that. But the rest of the piece I wasn't really sure, so I did a lot of laying glitter lines, picking them back up, laying them again, picking them back up. Um, the one thing that I love about resin is how easy it is to clean up. So if you ever make a mistake, like I did multiple times, I just use a baby wipe or even a napkin with alcohol ink to just wipe off my glitter line and start over. Once our glitter lines dried, we did go ahead and go and do some line work with gold and white. After that, we did a top coat and some additional line work, and this is the finished piece.